Hello, people who are not me, and welcome to my next Let's Play. This is Sire Goku, by the way. My next solo Let's Play. If you didn't watch the intro video that I had, I'm just going to show the title screen here. I'm going to be playing Earthbound, because I've been wanting to do this game for years. And ever since they released this game on the Wii U, I've been wanting to do this as a Let's Play, but I was always in the middle of doing other projects when it was released, so I never got my chance to do it. This is one of my most favorite RPGs of all time. I know I'm a broken record when I say this, because I'm sure everyone that's played this that's a fan of this game has said that, but this game has some more sentimental value to me as being the first RPG I had ever played. The first RPG I had actually legitimately played. The first RPG I ever beat on my own was Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. But this was the very first RPG I remember actually playing. Back even before the hype that this game had. I rented this. Well, my brother had rented this back when Blockbuster was still a thing, too. Man, I'm old. But anyway, we rented this, and it was a very obscure and interesting game that not very many people had heard about, and it was rare even back then when you were just trying to find it in a video store or anything. It did come, when you did find it to buy, it was in this humongous box, because it actually came with the strategy guide if you were to actually find the original copy. Fun fact, I do have an original Super Nintendo cartridge copy of this game, but I don't have any way of hooking up my Super Nintendo anymore. Thankfully, this is on the Virtual Console. Anyway, so you've got your basic stuff to choose from when you're starting a game. Actually, I'm going to go with the fast text just because why not? And always go stereo. Interesting thing about this, you can change the quote-unquote flavor of your window color if you'd want. And, you know, I would go plain. Plain is just boring. Yeah, let's go peanut flavor, why not? And for those of you that have never played this game before, if you've played Smash Brothers, you will recognize this boy as Ness. But I'm going to be going by naming him by my name, my actual name too, not my username, because why not? This music is amazing too. But as boring as I'm going to be, the rest of them are going to be the default names, so this girl is Paula. This boy is Jeff. And this boy is Pooh. Yep. Go ahead and laugh if you're like 5, whatever. And then go ahead and then you get to name your dog. Normally I would name this after my family's pet or my brother's pet dog, but I'm going by the rest of the don't care names, so he's King. But this I'm going to definitely change, because, well, the first don't care option is steak. Pie. I like pie. Pasta's good too. Cake's good. Eggs are good. Bread is good. Salmon, not a fan. Oops, I went too far. I'm gonna go with my favorite food, which... traditional... Can't say no to pizza. And favorite thing, we'll get into what this is about later. The default is rockin'. I'm gonna go with what I always go with, which is gaming. I'm glad that Nintendo actually decided to throw that in there as a favorite thing. So there we go. We are ready for Earthbound. Oh, well, that's a way to start the game. Something just crashed outside, huzzah. So this is Earthbound, and as you can tell, it's very well, first thing you're going to notice is while this is Super Nintendo, the graphics compared to later Super Nintendo games do not look so good. I personally don't think that... Oh, sorry. Wrong button. I personally don't think that the graphics matter too much. It's an art style that's hit or miss for a lot of people. Was I freaked out? Nah. Ooh, there's a present in here. I don't want to steal from my sister. I'm a good brother. Why not? Let's see. Well, here's our mom. Maybe she knows what happened. Yeah, I want to go check it out. Of course I want to go check it out. You're darn right I will. Oh, fine. Yeah, I guess going in pajamas wouldn't be such a good idea. There we go. So let's go investigate what the heck that noise was. Hey, dog. I'm surprised you're not awake. So this is Earthbound. This is an RPG. I'll get into the mechanics of it later, when it becomes relevant. You have your here's your menu. Talk to, as it implies, is you can talk to people. If you press the R button, you can just talk to people normally without having to bring up the menu. And then you have your goods section. This is probably the worst thing about this game, is the item management. You only get about 14 or 15 slots for your item menu. Now, it's not a lot. I'm going to agree to that. It's not very much for items at all compared to most other RPGs. But really, I have never found it to be a problem. And there are ways around it. There's ways you can store items and stuff. So we'll get into that when it becomes necessary and all that. Here's my equipment, which is nothing right now, but there's no point in having anything equipped. And you have your status bar here, status menu. There we go. Your basic RPG stuff. So what's going on here? So your only job is to close roads? Well, I mean, a meteorite did fall. So we can't go that way. Huh. Well, you're not going to get anywhere if you just stand there. Now, bear with me here. I know what time it is. It's time to go investigate a meteor. Now, bear with this game. It starts off a little bit slow. But the dialogue in this game is hilarious. I love it. Every time I play this game, it always makes me smile, because it's one of my most favorite games of all time. I can't help it. Nope. Not even cops can stop me from doing what I want to do, which is go investigate a meteor. Now, again, this game it starts out slow. Like I mentioned before. Let's see, you find presents. Presents are basically the treasure chests of this game, and you get a bread roll. Bread rolls. If you wanted to figure out what items do, there's always this help option here, which explains what the items do. You heal about 30 HP. Very nice. Which is nice because 30 is my max HP right now. Anyway, I'm saying a lot. I gotta stop that. For a while, it seems like it's still a mess, dude. Yeah. So he's Wario. I'm sorry, I had to make that reference. About your what? What are you, hiding porn or something? I don't know. Liar exaggerates house. Huh. God, the writing is so good in this game. Different than usual. How many meteors have you seen, buddy? Oh, and... well, we'll get into who's this person. Pokey? Friends? Nah, we're just neighbors. Pokey. Well, okay then. Guess we can't do anything right now. The road's blocked and Pokey's here. Time to go back home. I know this seems boring right now. It's an RPG. They tend to start out slow, but trust me, this is one of my favorite RPGs for a reason, and it gets really good. The writing is fantastic. The gameplay, while not as complex as certain games... Anyway, for talking to Pokey, this activates... if you go back to your house, your mom is not standing out in front of the door. So you do need to talk to Pokey in order for things to keep going. And since there's not much else we can do, we can go back to sleep. However... well, that's quite a loud knock. You said it, sis. It's too bad I can't. Too bad they didn't give you the option to name your sister as well. I mean, you could name everybody else. I'd name her name's Tracy, by the way. I would have named her Rachel after my actual sister if I had the option to, but I don't. That's not good if you have fleas. Anyway, who could that be? Oh, it's Pokey. Okay. Dude, that's my mom. Right? I'm sure it wasn't your fault. You know, well, no. Fine, swear at me, see if I care. Fine. Oh, this game is so 90s. Nobody says popsicle stand anymore. Oh, okay, so Tracy's... okay, so we can take that out of her room. I could have done that sooner, but I'm trying to be as authentic with this game as possible. I will go for it. Yeah, sure, I'll change out of my pajamas, why not? There we go. This is a really small house, and there's only 2 rooms. My room and my sister's room. Where does my mom sleep then? I don't want to answer that. Don't answer that, viewers. So, we get the correct bet. Let's go into the item menu. Offense goes from 2 to 6, which is pretty nice. I mean, the bat is cracked. How does it give me 4 attack power? Anyway. That's your first weapon. You're going to definitely need it. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and talk to Tracy because she'll give you a cookie, which is a standard healing item. And you can also, since you have limited inventory space, as she mentions you can actually store items with her. As of right now, the only things worth storing are the bread roll and the cookie if you want to store those, but I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're gonna need the healing items. Gee, thanks, Mom. Anyway, she said we could take King along, so why not? Even though he seems reluctant to want to go. Fine. You better be useful for me, Pokey. I swear. Anyway, let's go. What the? Well, that's your house, not mine. Anyway. Oh, it's Dad. No, I think that's a bad idea. Oh, I can. I've beaten this game plenty of times, and this is gonna be fun. I love this game. Yes, go ahead and. Well, I would explain, but the game's explaining it for me. You call your dad, and he gives you the option to save your game. He also deposits money into your bank account. That's what the ATM card is for. Anytime you find an ATM, you can use your card to withdraw or deposit money. He also saves you. So he saves your game. He also gives you money. You don't have to talk to your dad to get the money. It's basically the same as getting... It's basically the way you get gold in this game. This game is a RPG like Dragon Quest, but set in modern times. So instead of getting gold, you get actual money, like real currency and all that. You attack with baseball bats instead of swords. You wear baseball caps instead of helmets. You have bracelets and badges instead of armor. So many interesting little things that back in 1994-3 when this came out, it was really interesting. Anyway, we have our first main enemy here, a spiteful crow. These are going to be the... Unfortunately, these are the harder of the two enemies you can bump into because they do lots of damage. And they also have high evasion. If you're lucky, though, your dog will help a lot. Every once in a while, your dog will just kind of bark and do nothing. Pokey will not do anything at all. He's just going to be a waste of space. He can't even be a damage sponge for you. He is a total wuss. But this is why you got cookies, because these crows can do lots of damage. You can also go back to your house, and you can talk to your mom, and she can cook your favorite food for you, which is free healing, and you can go back to your house at any point you want during the main game for free healing. It's really nice. I would recommend leveling, at least getting to level 3. These guys can be kind of tough, especially if you're only bumping into spiteful crows. They're... As I mentioned before, the upside is, if you grind them, you're going to get lots of cookies, because I think they have, like... I think they have a 100% chance of dropping an item, so there you go. Anyway, when you get to level 2, you learn your first magic spell, or your PSI ability, which is Life Up Alpha, which basically eliminates the need for cookies. But... I wouldn't waste it right now. You're gonna need it for later. I'd say grind to about... If you need to grind, I'd say grind to about level 3, which really shouldn't take you that long. Anyway, the meteorite is up this way. I'm gonna fight this crow. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I took a few hits there, but luckily spiteful crows drop cookies, so there we go. There's also another enemy you can bump into, which maybe we'll see in a little bit. That is a magic butterfly. That will heal your magic. So I'm going to actually use that now. If you ever run into these guys, be sure to try and heal yourself, because you'll basically get a free healing that way if you do it, so why not? There's Picky. I unfortunately did not run into the other enemies you can run into in this place, but I'll show them off later. Also, since you have psychic powers, you can also understand what your dog is saying. That's why whenever he's speaking, it's in parentheses. You're just kind of hearing it in your mind. And your dog's a coward and he runs away. Picky. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh, So now we got a third-party member. We have Picky. Huzzah! Does he have No, he's not going to stay on our team for very long either. What? No, not really. Damn it, Pokey. So now we got Buzz, and he is immensely powerful. And I was going to get into this later, but this is how you know if you're over-leveled. This is something that Earthbound, or Mother 2, as it's called in Japan, does something that I think every RPG should do. If you're over-leveled, enemies just don't show up anymore. Or if you're so strong that you're able to just one-shot them anyway, the game will one-shot the enemies for you, and you'll still get the experience and money for it. So grinding in this game is immensely dropped. Anyway, let's get back home. Hopefully nothing bad happens all the way... Shit. Oh god. And here's our first boss, the Starman Jr. We are no match for this guy. He is going to destroy us. Oh god, how are we going to deal with this? Buzz uses Shield Sigma. Okay. Oh god, we're gonna die! Oh! No, this is a scripted fight. Size Shield Sigma is going to Psyshield Sigma just absorbs magic damage, so none of this guy's attacks can do any damage to you. And Buzz Buzz can do a shit ton of damage. You cannot lose this fight, so don't worry too much. This is basically just the tutorial about how boss battles go. And since Buzz Buzz can do about 1 to 200 damage, yeah, that's nothing. But now we are level 3. Offense up by 2, Guts by 1, Vitality by 1, IQ, Luck. Maximum HP up by 13, and maximum Psychic Power went up by 3. Hooray! What do you mean? Oh. Well then. Okay then. And, okay, well that explains why there's monsters in this game. That's another nice little touch that I like about this game. They actually give an in-depth explanation as to why there are monsters you can fight in this game. Anyway, going up this way is where our house is, but we need to take Pokey and Picky home, and they live over here, so we'll do that instead. Okay, oh my god! Lady. Oh god. This is Lardna Minch. Lardna. God. And this is Aloysius Minch. Pokey and Picky's parents. You know, in the Japanese dub, it sounded more like he just beat the crap out of them. Gah. Yeah, localization for this game was kind of tweaked a bit, which is fine. I don't think that Nintendo of America wanted to advocate parents beating their children. But they're not skimming on the fact that apparently these people are dicks. Oh. Okay, so our dad was in debt, and they bailed him out, and that's why they are dicks to us. Huh. Too lenient? Lady, you gotta think of something better. You gotta stop being a pessimist. Hey. What do you think you're doing? Hey! Buzz Buzz! No! Oh. What? Oh, Buzz Buzz. Oh, Buzz Buzz, no, you bitch! He was my rock. Anyway, let's go back home. What the? Who the hell are you? pictures. Fuzzy pickles. Okay, whatever. God, I love the writing of this game. I'm sorry. I know I've been broken record on that for now, but... That's been a long day. Yeah, so if you go talk to your mom, she cooks you your favorite food, and you get yourself some free healing. Keep that in mind, because you're probably going to want to grind... You should probably grind a little bit before going on to the next section. And coming back here will make things a lot easier for you. Well, we got some money. And you also want to, I'd say, get up to about $150. Because you just... to buy items in the shop in the town. So, I will probably grind off screen. But with that said and done, I think this is a good enough spot to stop. It's been kind of a long intro. So in the next video, now that we know what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to go to Giant Step in Onet to get the first melody. I will see you guys in the next video when we go into Onet. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys then.